Hey guys, it's Todd from Like-Minded Lunatics bringing you another Drink, Play, Swear. It's all we do around here. It's all the sorceress at Castle Grayskull imbued us with the power to do around here. Thanks for being with Like-Minded Lunatics, and thanks for watching Drink, Play, Swear. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. It's right there. Mark sometimes does an old-timey finger. Looks like the Cheers, that finger that going down to the bar and Cheers. Am I stuttering already? I'm sorry. I'll slow it down. Thanks for being here at Like-Minded Lunatics. Plenty of stuff on the channel, not just these Drink, Play, Swears. Mark and I are excited to unveil a brand new segment to the channel. We're already doing music, we're doing video games. What's next? Wild antics, of course. More wild antics. You've written in to our P.O. box. You've written in and you've said, we want weird, zany antics, and we want you guys to eat some food. So that's exactly what we're doing. Like-Minded Lunatics Try is the new segment. Check that out right there. And we just released the first one, Like-Minded Lunatics Try, the Hungry Man Fried Chicken Dinner. It's a good one. Jim Longoria joins us for that one, as well as the great Ricky Hall. So please go check that out. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's play some games. What is Drink, Play, Swear? Well, if you're new to this area, then you don't know. But it's exactly what it sounds like, okay? I play a game, usually a classic one, pair it with a beverage, and I tell you a story to go along with it. Okay, sounds simple enough. What are we playing today? We're playing a new game. New game? Todd, I thought you were stuck in the 80s and 90s. Well, I am. I'm only playing a new game because it's based on an 80s game. This is Pac-Man 99. It's a new-ish game for the Switch. Well, this is not new-ish, but it is a classic like Pac-Man. This is a Jim Beam and Coke. Get yourself something. All right. So, if you're not familiar with Pac-Man 99, it's a ton of fun. It's in the same vein this is on the Nintendo Switch, of course, and it's in the same vein as Tetris 99 and the brief Super Mario 35, but you are playing online multiplayer against other folks. They're going to put 99 of us in a room together, and we're trying to last the longest. We're trying to be first place. I've never been first place before, but let's see if we can make it happen today. That would be exciting, wouldn't it? All right, so while we are waiting for 99 folks to show up, let me have a sip of the beverage and get you ready for the story today. I want to tell another high school one. Telling a high school story today. This is a story, ready? First car accident. First car accident? Why not? Okay, spoiler alert, nobody gets hurt. Let's just say that, nobody gets hurt. If you're squeamish, don't worry, you don't have to just skip to another episode. Okay, first car accident. Well, first car accident is going to make me tell you a little bit about my first car. Okay, check this out. I'll tell you about my first car in a minute. This is weird, right? If you're just used to the regular Pac-Man, you're wondering why these ghosts are in a train, and you're also wondering how do you beat a level? Well, they don't let you beat a level. What they do is they force you to sit here in this stage and just try to last as long as you can. And so to reset the level to get your big dots again, of course, which is what is so important to keeping the ghosts blue and powerless, is that you got to reset with the fruit. But they don't give you a new fruit, you see, until you've picked up a bunch of dots. So here I got the orange, I need to run over here, and now you see on the left side there, it says I'm in round 4. So it's just rinse and repeat, man. You just got to stay alive. You see it? We're already halfway there almost. I mean, I think I'm going to get first place by accident here, just talking to you guys. Okay, first car. So my dad was a hardworking guy, not college educated. He had some college, okay? He was a payroll manager for an oil company here in Texas. And, he had taken some college courses, and he was good with money, and he was good with numbers. And as he was approaching retirement, they did this major overhaul in the system and payroll, and he had to fly out to Alaska and do things here in Texas, and it was a big deal. And so as a result, they gave him a bonus. Now, I don't know how much they gave him. He never shared that. But I was 16, 17 years old at this time, and had my driver's permit and my driver's license, and he went out and bought me a car. I didn't even know he was going to do it. I figured I was going to be driving my parents' cars around forever. But I didn't have that much experience driving because I didn't have a car yet. Ooh, see? Okay. Let's see what place I got. It's something like 35th, 36th. All right. We're going to do better than that. Let's see if we can. So my dad, this was one of the proudest stories of his that he would tell, is that he went to a used car dealer and he picked out a truck for me. It was a 96 GMC Sierra, maroon red, single cab, V6 automatic, with slightly bigger tires than what came stock. They were 33s, which was the biggest tire that would fit on that car on that truck without jacking it up. He bought it, and he was so excited because when he sat down with the financier, all this, they said, how do you want to pay for this, sir? And he said, you take cash. That was one of his favorite stories. Do you take cash? So anyway, hardworking guy, does good by his son. He bought me a truck. Good looking truck. It was a couple years old, but only like 20,000 miles on it. And I was thrilled. He comes home and shows it to me and tells me it's mine. I mean, I couldn't have been more thrilled. Hope that I can do something like that for my own kids someday. But, okay, so I had a truck. I didn't really have the driving skills. And listen, I know Mark, I've talked to Mark Gifford a lot about, he grew up in the country, And a result of that, a positive result of that is when you grow up in the country, you grow up like driving a lot, unlicensed, without seatbelts, just like, noodling around in a car or even like a tractor or a truck, just getting some experience driving. And, I didn't have that experience. I had gone out with my parents a handful of times, which was a nightmare for them. And, I took the test and went with the instructor, but I had only driven, 10 and 2, exactly the speed limit, using them turn signals early and often turn signals. Just didn't have much experience when I got the truck. Hadn't even, been in a car by myself very often. And one thing that not having the experience does for you that's not good is that it doesn't prepare you for hanging out with your buddies. Because, listen, even if it's not peer pressure, when you're driving around with your buddies when you're 16, 17 years old, it's just going to occur you to do dumb stuff. You're just going to be like, what can I do? Oh, I didn't know how to... Because, see... If you're going to do dumb stuff, you got to kind of be good at driving, you know what I mean? Well, I wasn't, so, started out doing safe stuff like spinning the tires, For those of you who were never a jackass teenage boy, let me explain what that is. And that is, you will put one foot on the brake, and then all the way down, and then you put your other foot on the gas. And what happens is the truck stays still, but the back right tire starts spinning, and you can make some good smoke doing it, and be super annoying to everyone around you, which is part of the 16-year-old's job, right?
Dude, there's so many things wrong with this. First off, that's not called spinning tire. That's called power braking. So, folks, what you do is you depress the brake. If you've got an automatic, you depress the brake as hard as you can, and then you floor it. And what will happen is the motor will break your tires loose from the brake pads, and your back wheels will just sit there and spin and create smoke. It's very impressive, and it makes this huge cloud that stinks to high heaven because of the tire smoke. But you got to be careful with it, Todd. You got to be careful with it. And it doesn't just make the back right tire spin. It'll make both of them spin if you got positive traction rear end. Go watch my cousin Vinny. They explain that pretty well in there. Two words of caution here. Number one, you're going to be tempted, if you try this maneuver, you're going to be tempted to create a huge cloud and just sit there and spin them back wheels forever. Word of warning, though, my friend Randy, and I'll show this right here. That's Randy. I watched Randy do this, trying to impress some girls. Sat there and made a huge pile of smoke, blew both back tires out. Pow! Just blew them right to the ground. Another word of warning. Randy, yet again, he was doing this in front of West High School, power braking in his pickup truck. Oh boy, he's making an impressive amount of smoke, annoying everyone to all hell. And when he let off the brake, he wasn't anticipating how fast his truck would take off. So he took off, and the bed of the pickup didn't have a tailgate on it. it reduces drag for racing quarter miles. So Randy takes off, and that damn toolbox just stays in the same place as his truck flies forward, smashes down on the ground, and Craftsman tools go all over the place, and we all laughed at Randy as he picked them up. So word of warning, if you try what Todd is suggesting here, number one, don't blow your back tires out. Number two, don't knock your toolbox out of the back of the pickup. All right, Todd.
Okay, I'm in trouble. Okay. Here we go. So, could do that, and then, of course, your buddies would convince you that it was a good idea. Oh! All right, how'd we do? It looks like in the 20s this time. Okay, that's slightly better. 27. All right, we're going to get another one in, but let me give you some attention here. And the beverage. Okay, so what else would you do? Well, you know, like your friend would convince you to jump the tracks. Jumping the tracks doesn't take any skill at all, right? And as long as you got a truck like I had, you're not going to bottom out or anything, so it's no problem.
Are you spending my time, dude? It's no problem. First off, it doesn't take any skill. It sure does take some skill. But number two, that's not the only problem. You got to worry about busting the oil pan bottoming out. Your biggest risk in a truck like that is breaking all four wheels. And I'll tell you how I know that. I split all four rims on a 3/4 ton 1989 Scottsdale, jumping it over some tracks. I got that summit about 2 feet off the ground. I felt like the bandit, but the moment it landed, boom, all four wheels just on the rims just split. You thought I just knocked them out with a hammer. Oh boy, that was an expensive little fuck up. But it's no problem, Todd. You got to be careful with the jumping.
Tires. I'm going to get a bald, back passenger tire. That's not that big a deal. And then jump in the truck, no big deal. But see, here's where I got into a little trouble. Is somebody gave me the idea. One of my buddies, not going to name names here. You know who you are. Got me interested in sliding around corners. Okay, sliding around corners. This is a city kid thrill, right? Because of course, you're on these packed city streets. Anytime you can get kind of a quiet area where there's no one around, you can fool around a little bit. Okay, so the story of my first accident begins with me messing around. I had one of my buddies with me. You know who you are, noob face. You know who you are, and. I come around this corner, right? And what you do is you take a corner way too hard, right? And in a truck like that, the tail end is gonna start sliding out. It's gonna start sliding out on you. When you get your feet off the gas and the brake, and then you just crank the wheel over, and so you're coming around real fast, and you just slide the other way. And the idea is not to use any gas or any brake, but just steer yourself out of it, and it's a little thrill,
dude.
Super dangerous for a 16, 17-year-old to be doing, especially when he doesn't know anything about driving or cars or, like physics.
Yeah, you're doing it wrong.
So, I do this and I let myself slide out too far. I'm kind of pushing it, right? Well, as we're coming around this corner and I'm sliding, I see there's a car oncoming. So I realize I got to yank it over and get out of the way because I'm sort of going on into oncoming traffic. So I make a mistake. Yes, another mistake. I make a mistake, and as I'm pitching that wheel over, I gun the gas because I'm trying to make it quick to get out of the way. Of course, I rev the engine, and I just smack the other car. Right? I already told you.
Jesus. So here's the thing. There's two types of slides, Todd. There's a slide where the back wheels lose traction because of either gravel or water or some other slick surface, but the tires themselves slow down in speed, and the ass end of the pickup just kind of moves around. The other is a drift, and if you've watched Tokyo Drift, you know how that works. You actually break traction and let the wheels accelerate as they spin around the corner. But the key to either one of them, sliding around on gravel or drifting around a corner, the key is to make sure them damn front wheels stay lined up with the road. Your inclination is going to be to oversteer. So you go into the corner like this and it goes whoop, whoop, whoop. And when you come around, your inclination is going to be to jerk it around this way to keep it from going into this ditch. That's a classic mistake, man. What you got to do is when it comes around, make sure those front wheels are lined up with the fucking road. If you don't do that, you're going to go into the ditch this way. Or if you overcorrect, you're going to go off that way. Jesus Christ, dude. You should have grown up with us.
Nobody gets hurt. Take it easy. Smack the other car on the driver's side door. Smack the car. It was just a millisecond, and of course you can't take it back. little body damage on my front left bumper. And little I mean, not a fender bender, I would say a little more than a fender bender, but not a major accident, right? But I mean, you're 16 and your dad just bought you a truck. All accidents feel major. Well, I jump out of the truck and I go over to check on the other person, the other car. And I am horrified to find out that there is a mom and like a 9-year-old boy or something. Oh my gosh. This kid is, worked up. He's upset. Mom is tending to him, just calming him down. He's not having like a medical issue. He's just freaking out because a 16-year-old so-and-so just hit him with the crazy truck. So, I apologize and everything. What makes matters worse is that there were a bunch of neighborhood folks who saw everything, and they come out to tell us as such. I saw it all. I'm going to tell the cops when they come, it was all his fault. Yes, I know it was my fault. I'm not denying that.
It's your fault, dude. No driving, motherfucker.
Coming out in droves are piling out. This is before cell phones or before I had a cell phone. So I have to go into... Uh-oh. Hang on. I'm in trouble. Okay. I have to go into somebody's house and borrow their phone, one of these witnesses to the crime, and she just berates me the whole time about how selfish I am and terrible I am. While I'm on the phone with the police, and I ask for them to come out, okay. I promised you I would do better every time, or at least I was mentally thinking I hope to do better every time, so I'm really trying here. While I tell a story, hey, try this sometime, would you? Before you give me a hard time? All right, I gotta get the fruit. What was that? Was that better than last time? I don't think so. 36? I wasn't paying attention. All right, let me get, okay. I'm going to give you one more good run on Pac-Man 99. It's a new game. You should check it out if you have access to it. By the way, this is regular Pac-Man 99. Miss Pac-Man has got to be my favorite game of all time. And I'm going to devote a whole episode to Miss Pac-Man separate from regular Pac-Man. This was a gift from my wife like 20 odd years ago. Little plug and play. Still works to this day with a couple of games on it. But Miss Pac-Man and this great joystick came from that. All right. Now, if it wasn't bad enough that I got the whole neighborhood out here judging me, we call the police and it takes 2.5 hours for a cop to come out. I'm not using hyperbole. I sat there for 2.5 hours waiting for some cop to come out. Little did I know, okay, it was President Bill Clinton, his day to be in San Antonio. He was attempting re-election. I hope I can find the C-SPAN footage for you. He was at the Alamo trying to get re-elected at that time. Every cop in San Antonio with Mr. Bill Clinton.
And now from San Antonio, Texas, President Clinton. He spoke today at a campaign rally held at the Alamo. His remarks last about 20 minutes.
So I'm sitting there, waiting around. My buddy, I told you I'm not naming real names, you know who you are, gets tired of waiting. He just goes on home. Okay, so there I am. Well, even the people who were so excited to be mad at me and yell at me about how irresponsible I was are bored of this. They've gone inside. Mom actually sends the kid, the 9-year-old kid, home with someone. Someone comes by and gets him. So it's just the two of us sitting around on the curb waiting for this cop. Anyway, long story short, cop comes. He tells me, the insurance company is, gonna call me. And he says, you talked to your dad yet? I said, no, I need to, though. He goes, well, good luck, son. So I drove the truck home, and I told my dad about what happened. You guys have heard stories about my dad before. Of course, my favorite one is when he bought me the Nintendo. He's a stern gentleman. He was a stern gentleman, folks, and I was not excited. If you ever had a car accident or you did something wrong and you had to go tell your parents of your own free will, you had to go tell your parents about what you did, you know that I was not excited to do that. All right, I'm gonna try to have a good run here with you on this last one, okay? I told him about it. He was not happy. And boy, he really gave it to me. my dad, as I've said before, he did not yell. He was so measured in his anger, in his rage, so measured in it, that he would just carefully walk you through every word, not even cursing, every word about what wrong you did and why it just dishonored everyone who came before you and everyone who will come after you. So he goes, well, what happened out there? And I'm probably trying to make up some mistake, you know. Oh, it was a wet patch. Came around a corner and there was a wet patch, and I slid out. He goes, it didn't rain today. No, but on this corner. What corner? Well, it was it was in the neighborhood. It was right by the Ridgecrest apartments. He goes, in the neighborhood, right next to the Ridgecrest apartment. Yeah. He goes, take me over there. What? Let's go over there. You show me what happened. Okay. So we go over there. I mean, sure enough, there's no sign of any water at all. Look at this. Let me get the snake here. I don't even know exactly why I want to do that, except I think I'm hurting the other players, but I don't know if it's an offensive positive for me. Okay. So we go over there, and he's looking. He goes, "There's no water here." Yeah, sorry. You're fooling around with your friends, huh? And he did it courtroom style, like he was an attorney. he walks over. I see your tire tracks are right here. Your tire tracks are right here. You know. And boy, this isn't just an accident. You were goofing around, weren't you? You were having a little fun. Uh-oh. Hang in there, Todd. I promised you a good run, didn't I? What can I do here? Oh. I wonder what your first accident was like. Oh, look. I'm sorry. This is live. There are people in the world. If you're a Pac-Man 99 player, you might have been in this run along with me. All right, I got in the 20s. Can I get a little better? Can the kid do it? Can Toddy McWright, Irish 4% do it? Oh. Oh, goodness. And no.
God damn, dude.
What was that? How'd they do? Give me in the teens. 14. Okay. We're going to try harder. We're going to try harder next time. Not too bad. I mean, listen, the long story short of it is that it was a minor fender, but it was my first one. I was paralyzed in fear to tell my dad about it. I'm sure his insurance went up. He was not happy with me. You know, boy, all the lectures about how I didn't deserve this truck and he should take it back and all of this. But in the end, I was very, very happy with that truck and with that gift. And, you know, I mean, how sorry can I be at this point? It's decades later, and you know, I was an idiot. I was a young man. I was a young man. That's all you need to say, and you can go, oh, uh-huh. So let's finish up these beverages, and man, I want to get higher than my highest on this game is third. So we're gonna do it eventually. But Tetris 99 was a lot of fun.
So just so you know, folks, Todd emailed me this file to edit, and watched it and edited it, and then literally the day that I was starting to edit it, he texts me these. He did the number one. I don't know how he did it. Because I've played this game, and it is so aggravating to me. I can't get above like 30. And Todd, number one. Let's celebrate that. Todd, here's to you, buddy. You may drive like shit, but you're good at this Pac-Man, man. Fantastic. Cheers to you, bud. Oh, hang on. Let me turn this off. And all right, finish this up.
Pac-Man 99 is, I think, more for me. I'm a little better at it naturally. Hey, how are you naturally? Finish up these beverages with me. Thanks for joining us. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. And between now and the next time I talk to you, I'm Todd. See ya.